Speaking of hotness, let's welcome in creator and host of the Hoops for Hotties podcast, Mariah Rose. I need so much information from
Hi.
you. I'm so sorry. Hi.
Hi. I heard you use the messy bitch reference. I loved it.
And now you just said it on national television. Not
Oh
me. I can't get
gosh.
in trouble for it. So messy bitch is a good thing. Explain.
I think that sometimes, I was referring to Brandon Graham and how he inserted himself in the AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts situation. And I feel like sometimes you want to make things better and instead you just say too much. And sometimes, it's a little messy to tell us what's going on in the locker room. We don't need to know all of that. And I
Yeah.
think that he was just being a little messy in that scenario, but you don't mean to be messy all the time. Sometimes you spill your drink on accident. And I think that's what he did.
Okay, so we're not so we get this right because Brandon Graham, friend of the show, want him to be a friend of
Hmm.
Mariah Rose. You're not saying
Of
it's a
course.
bad thing. Just sometimes it happens. Here's my question: with that whole AJ Brown um, situation with Jalen and AJ Brown, how would you fix it? Like, let's say, and I saw it on your TikTok. Everybody go to Mariah Rose's TikTok. She breaks it down in her way. If you were friends, how do you advise them to fix this?
I think that it could have been handled privately. And that's why I said in the same sentence when I called BG messy for what he did, I said I probably would have done the exact same thing because I feel like you just want it to be right. And so you're like, come on, guys, like you were friends before this. I think he was talking about that specific situation. Like they were friends before this, like this is silly. And
Yeah.
they probably are still friends, which is what they came out and said afterwards. And I think that he was just talking, like trying to give his boys a pep talk. You know when you're trying to make two of your friends make up and then you end up just making
Yes.
it worse by saying too much. I think that's what he did.
Yes.
And I probably would have done the exact same thing, which is why I feel him.
Love that. And I think that I would like you to mediate all of my problems as well. I know that you went to a Falcons game around the last time I talked to you. You were going, and it was Falcons Bucks, right?
Yes, I went to Falcons Bucks, and then I went to another Falcons game that went very differently than Falcons Bucks. And who were they playing? All I remember was four picks, four picks, four picks, four picks.
Okay, so I have
But
to
didn't go
ask you. So you
well.
go to this game. It was your first NFL game ever?
Yes, ever.
Okay. What did you do? What did you do to Kirk Cousins when you were there? Because since then, Mariah, they're 1-5.
I thought I was good luck. When I showed up, they won in overtime. I thought I was good luck. I
Literally.
might have, by going to that game and inserting so much good luck without me, I think it was just so hard for them that it just hasn't been the same since.
You're close to that Atlanta base. We'll talk about the Hawks here in a second. What do they want to happen? What do you want to happen here with Kirk?
Listen, I just hope, you know what? I think that it might be time for some new energy. I'm also a Georgia fan. And so seeing, unfortunately our quarterback went down, but I feel like we got some new energy when Gunner went in and like we just got a new vibe. I'm not opposed to putting Michael in and getting a new vibe for a little bit. That's what I think. And maybe
Yeah, I
it'll
mean,
like inject some Atlanta swag back into Kirk.
are you trying to say that? Oh, I was going to say, are you trying to say that Kirk Cousins doesn't have swag?
Oh no, he has it, but he just lost it for a second. And sometimes we
I'm
need to
just
get it
trying to,
back.
just trying to make, trying to make you a messy bitch, Mariah. I'm trying to get something out of your own here because you're so close to that. It's such a fun phrase to say. I hope it's just yours and not everybody else's. I'm going to start crediting you with it because I love that phrase. Okay,
It's
we
fun and
talked.
it's never an insult.
It, that's a great way to say it. It's fun and it's never an insult. Hawks. Now, let's keep the Atlanta talk going. They are going to Vegas, I hear. Are you going to be there?
I am not. My cousin is getting married this weekend, and so I have to miss it. I was going to go, but you can't miss a wedding. It's not a birthday. I don't have it every year. So won't be there, but I will be tuned in.
Okay, what do I need to know about what's going on just NBA Cup? Can you get me right about that? Because the teams are your Atlanta Hawks, the Milwaukee Bucks, I think the Thunder and the Rockets, right? What do I need to know?
Yes, you're correct. So what you need to know is what's happening next is the semifinals, the final four of the NBA Cup. The Hawks are going to be playing the Bucks for the Eastern Conference spot, and the Rockets are going to be playing the. See, I'm forgetting. I'm losing me. The Thunder. The Rockets are going to be playing the
Rockets.
Thunder for the West Coast slot. And so the winners of those two games are going to go to the NBA Cup championships, and the winners of those games are going to be getting bonuses. So every single team left is getting a bonus at this point. So everybody's already a little happy, but everybody's fighting
Okay.
for that NBA Cup so they can get their $500,000 bonus. So the winners get a little something extra.
A little. Who do you got? Who do you think's going to win the whole thing?
Honestly, as much as I want to say my Atlanta Hawks, I have a duty to not be biased. So I will say I think that the Thunder are going to win the NBA Cup this year.
Wow, the Thunder. I had that came out of left field. I know nothing about the Thunder. You lost me at Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant like 10 years ago. Okay, I had Kimberly Martin, good friend from ESPN yesterday. I was not asking her about the NBA. I was asking her about something in New York or whatever. And the Trey Young dice thing came up. And she was so hilarious. And so as a Knicks fan, she was so irate about it. I need to hear about that celebration from a Hawks fan's perspective.
I feel the opposite, and I love Kimberly Martin, but I feel the opposite. It was so iconic, and I feel like they need to retire Trey Young's jersey and MSG at this point because every time he goes there, he does something like ridiculous that makes the fans so mad. I was at the Christmas Day game when Trey Young wasn't
Okay.
even playing. He wasn't even in New York. He had COVID. So like he wasn't even there. Like our whole team had COVID. And they were screaming F Trey Young. And so I'm like, the New York fans, he just gets under their skin in a special type of way. And so when he does stuff like that, I feel like it makes it all that much better.
Okay, I'm into that. Is there somebody that has that effect on you that that Kim had? Like, who gets under your skin in the NBA? Who's like your villain?
It used to be Dylan Brooks when he was playing for the Grizzlies. He
I'm
just
gonna look
really
him up
got on
while
my
you're
nerves.
talking. Okay, Dylan Brooks, got it.
Um, he used to get into beef with all my faves, like the Warriors. He used to upset them. He used to upset LeBron. So I just did not like it, and it felt like it was for no reason. Um,
Okay.
but now he's playing for the Rockets, so you can see him in the NBA Cup. And he's not as bad, but he's still Dylan Brooks. He's still doing the same thing. I feel like it's just not on as big of a platform because he's not like next to John Morant anymore, you know?
Oh,
But he was my ultimate villain. Right now, I kind of like everybody, to be honest.
I love it. It's a holiday season, as you should. I'm
Exactly.
prepping for Mariah Rose this morning, and I check out the NBA side of the world, right? Like you've been to a couple NFL games. I think I've been to 3 NBA games in my entire life. The biggest headline everywhere is about Bronny. Bronny dropping 30 in a G League game. Why is this leading the news? Is there a world where he gets the call up from the Lakers? 30 in a G League game, what does that mean for me?
I'm so happy for Bronny. Like, and I'm at risk of sounding like a hater. I am gonna say I've said a million times I want Bronny to do well. And this is his first road G League game. And a lot of people were upset that Bronny wasn't playing on the road with the G League because they felt like he was being like, oh, I'm LeBron's son. I don't have to. Well, guess what? He did it for the first time
Oh.
and now he dropped 30. So it's a huge deal. But I need to see it again before I'm like, Lakers call him up, trade everybody, make Bronny the face of the franchise. Like I saw somebody earlier on TikTok say, Bronny's now the GOAT because Michael Jordan has never dropped 30 in a G League game. I'm like, what? So
That's a
people
take.
are overreacting a bit, you know?
Okay.
So I think
You
we should
think we'll
all
see
pump the
him?
brakes.
Will we
Yeah.
see him play with the Lakers again this year? Do I have to be prepared for that?
I think we'll see him join the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in
No.
street clothes or,
Oh.
like maybe for a little bit. But I think that the Lakers aren't very good right now, so they can't really risk having any more.
Oh, we lost our Mariah. We lost
Oh,
our
I'm back.
Mariah. She's back.
I'm
She's
back.
back. Uh,
But I think the Lakers aren't good enough to take risks right now.
okay, I love that. Last time you were here, you gave me some NBA comps for NFL teams and players, and we all loved it so much. Which NBA team has that AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, Brandon Graham level situation going on?
Honestly, none of them. And that's why I think fans have been loving this whole situation going on in the NFL right now because the NBA players are kind of like, everybody's besties. Like I said, I feel like nobody's really that crazy villain. They used to be Draymond Green, then it was Dylan Brooks. They don't really have that right now. Everybody's getting along, and if they're not,
The
they're keeping
NBA
it
has
very
no
private.
villain. Isn't like LeBron the villain? In our world, you could say villains a lot of different ways. You could say Patrick Mahomes is a villain because people just want him to fail. They don't want him to three-peat. They want everybody's giving him their best punch week in, week out. Like who's maybe like there's
One
I
thing I
this is
will
we
give
gotta
you,
create Mariah. We need to go to a game together, NBA, and we need to create some
yes,
plot lines because these ratings with these all I read about is this and we need this year from the NBA, especially in time for the Christmas cozy season.
that's why the Trey Young celebration is so good because I feel like the NBA really needed that route. I guess I could give you that. Trey Young is a kind of the NBA's villain right now, but I feel like everybody loves to see someone do that showman like behavior in New York. So I don't take it as villain behavior, but I guess people who aren't Atlanta Hawks fans might.
I was trying to get Kevin Durant to I was talking, I'm learning, I was learning about the this and the Lillard this and the whatever LeBron does someone too at the
LeBron.
end of the game. What is it? No, no, like when
He's
he's
like puts the
finishing
crown on his head and then he pushes his
yeah,
leg
this,
down.
whatever what does this mean?
Honestly, I don't know. I
Okay.
think it just looks really cool, but it's giving like stepping on the competition. I'm the man. I'm putting my
Oh,
crown on, you know. But it could mean
villain.
anything.
What do you think Kevin Durant's should be since he doesn't have one? I think he should, he said he might break one out. What would his be?
I feel like easy money sniper, maybe something like bow and arrow
No,
vibes.
I think fines come with that. There's a way to do that though. There's a way to do, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
Got
something
it.
maybe
Okay,
a
I
bow
like
and
that.
arrow or like something with a target. I don't know, something easy money sniper. I'd like to see, or something with the money, maybe.
Oh, I like
I don't
that. What would
know.
yours be?
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe something hoops for hotties. I make a three and then I'm like, but I'm a girl, so I don't know. I don't be.
I feel like you had an answer for that, Mariah, before like you've thought about this. I love you so much.
I have dreams of hitting a three in the NBA finals.
Really. You have a Super Bowl pick for me. It's in New Orleans. It's pretty soon. What do you got?
My heart wants the Detroit Lions to win it. I wanted them to win it last year, and I want them to take it home this year. But I could see the Kansas City Chiefs pulling it off. Nobody wants to hear that. Everyone's like, well, they've been winning, but they're close. And I'm like, those are still wins. So my head is saying Kansas City Chiefs, and my heart is saying Detroit Lions.
Yeah, your brain is saying KC because that's where the smart money is for sure. I have a feeling about them too. I feel like last year we are doing the same thing. And they also get everybody's best punch. So if every, the Panthers, whoever it is, if they get the best out of these teams, first of all, that's why maybe the games are a little closer. Secondly, this was kind of what happened last year. Thirdly, I just feel like that makes you better. Like when you face the best competition, iron sharpens iron. So by the time they get to January, they're like, all right, we've already been playing playoff football with these regular season teams trying to, stop us from repeating. I think you might be right. Oh, we lost Mariah. I want to tell you guys where you can see Mariah. You can hear more from her on Hoops for Hotties. It's a podcast. She is incredibly talented, a great personality. You guys can check out also on TikTok where we saw her stuff and wanted to hang out with her. So please go there. Big thanks to her.